It all started with a whisper, a rumor that echoed through the shadows of the forest, beckoning me with promises of untold secrets. My name is Alex, and I've always been drawn to the unknown. But little did I know that my thirst for adventure would lead me straight into the heart of darkness. One fateful evening, as I roamed the outskirts of the village, a mysterious figure crossed my path. He was cloaked in shadow, his eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. Intrigued by his presence, I followed him deeper into the forest, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. As we ventured further into the darkness, the air grew thick with a sense of foreboding. And then, just when I thought we had reached the edge of the world, we stumbled upon it. A hidden enclave nestled within the heart of the forest, its entrance obscured by twisting vines and gnarled roots. The figure turned to me, his voice a mere whisper in the night. "Welcome to the Witcher Society," he said, his words sending shivers down my spine. And as he led me deeper into the enclave, I knew that I had stumbled upon something far more dangerous than I could have ever imagined. Within the depths of the enclave, I met him, GERALT of RIVIA, the legendary Witcher himself. With his steely gaze and silver sword, he was a figure of both fear and fascination, a guardian of the night tasked with hunting down the monsters that lurked in the shadows. At first, I was wary of GERALT and his fellow Witchers, but as I spent more time in their company, I began to see the humanity beneath their hardened exteriors. They were warriors, yes, but they were also men burdened with the weight of their own pasts. And as the days turned into nights, I found myself drawn into their world, a world of danger and adventure, where every shadow held a new mystery waiting to be uncovered. With GERALT by my side, I embarked on a journey unlike any other, facing horrors that would make even the bravest soul tremble with fear. As time went on, GERALT took me under his wing, teaching me the ways of the Witcher. We trained together, honing our skills in combat and magic, and I soon found myself becoming a formidable warrior in my own right. But it wasn't just our shared battles that brought us closer together. In the quiet moments between training sessions, GERALT shared stories of his past, the trials and tribulations that had shaped him into the man he was today. And as I listened, I began to see him not just as a mentor, but as a friend. Together, we sparred under the watchful eye of the moon, our swords flashing in the darkness as we danced across the forest floor. And with each clash of steel, our bond grew stronger, forged in the fires of battle and tempered by the trials of our journey. But amidst the chaos and danger, a darkness began to stir, a darkness that threatened to consume us all. It whispered of ancient evils and forgotten nightmares, promising power beyond imagination to those who dared to embrace it. And as the whispers grew louder, I knew that we were running out of time. With GERALT's guidance, we delved deeper into the heart of the forest, confronting the source of the darkness that threatened to engulf us. But even as we fought against the tide of evil, I could feel it pulling at my soul, tempting me with promises of untold power. And in the depths of my heart, I knew that if I succumbed to its allure, I would be lost forever. As the darkness closed in around us, we prepared for our final stand. With swords drawn and hearts filled with determination, we faced our enemy head-on, knowing that only by standing together could we hope to emerge victorious. And in the heat of battle, surrounded by chaos and carnage, I saw something within GERALT, a flicker of humanity amidst the fury of combat. It was then that I realized the true meaning of courage, not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it head-on, even in the darkest of times. With a mighty roar, GERALT struck the final blow, vanquishing the darkness and restoring peace to the forest once more. And as the sun rose on a new day, I knew that our adventure had come to an end, but the memories would live on forever in the depths of my soul. And so, the tale of my adventure with GERALT of Rivia came to a close, its echoes fading into the mists of time. But as I look back on our journey together, I am filled with a sense of gratitude for the friends we made, the battles we fought, and the courage we found within ourselves. And though I may never again walk the path of the Witcher, I will always carry with me the lessons I learned, that even in the darkest of times, there is light to be found, if only we have the courage to seek it out. 6 years had passed since my last encounter with GERALT of Rivia and the Witcher Society. In that time, I had roamed the lands, seeking out adventure and forging my own path. But fate has a way of bringing people together, even in the most unlikely of circumstances. It was on a cold winter's night that I stumbled upon him, a wandering Witcher, weary and battle-worn, seeking shelter from the storm. His name was Eric, and though he bore little resemblance to GERALT, there was a familiarity in his eyes that stirred something deep within me. I offered him food and shelter, and as we sat by the fire, he regaled me with tales of his travels and the horrors he had faced along the way. But amidst the laughter and camaraderie, there was a shadow looming on the horizon, a darkness that threatened to engulf us all. As Eric spoke of the Witcher Society torn apart by internal strife and external threats, I knew that I could not stand idly by and watch as my friends and comrades faced destruction. With a heavy heart, I made the decision to join him on his journey, determined to do whatever it took to bring peace to our troubled world. And so, we set out into the wilderness, our path fraught with danger at every turn. But even as we faced down monsters and demons, I could feel a sense of purpose burning bright within me, a determination to make a difference, no matter the cost. As we journeyed towards the heart of the conflict, we encountered allies and enemies alike, each one a testament to the chaos that had gripped the land. But amidst the chaos, there were glimmers of hope, small acts of kindness and bravery that served as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. And as we pressed on, our bond growing stronger with each passing day, I knew that I had found a true friend in Eric. Together, we faced the trials and tribulations of our journey with courage and determination, our hearts set on a brighter future for all. At long last, we reached the heart of the conflict, a vast battlefield where demigods clashed with mortal warriors in a struggle for supremacy. The air crackled with dark energy, and the ground shook beneath our feet as we prepared for the coming storm. With sword in hand, I stood shoulder to shoulder with Eric and the other Witchers, ready to face whatever horrors awaited us. And as the battle raged on around us, I caught sight of a familiar figure amidst the chaos, GERALT of RIVIA, his silver sword gleaming in the sunlight as he fought with the strength and ferocity of a true warrior. With GERALT leading the charge, we fought with all our might against the demigods and their minions, each blow striking a blow for freedom and justice. And as the tide of battle turned in our favor, I knew that victory was within our grasp. But just as we thought the battle was won, a darkness unlike any other descended upon us. The final enemy, a demigod of unspeakable power, emerged from the shadows, his eyes blazing with malice. With a roar of defiance, GERALT charged towards the enemy, his sword raised high as he prepared to strike. But as their blades clashed, a sinister energy enveloped them both, and I watched in horror as GERALT's form began to contort and warp before my eyes. In that moment, I realized the truth. The enemy had possessed GERALT's body, corrupting his soul with its dark power. With a heavy heart, GERALT turned to me, his eyes pleading for release from the torment that consumed him. And so, with tears streaming down my face, I raised my sword and struck him down, ending his suffering and freeing his soul from the grip of the enemy. But even as I fell to my knees, exhausted and broken, I knew that our sacrifice had not been in vain. For in that final act of courage and selflessness, we had saved the world from certain destruction. And though our names may be forgotten with the passage of time, our legacy will live on in the hearts of those who dare to dream of a brighter future.